Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of our Count Your Blessings challenge. I'm so excited that you all are here and joining me for this challenge because I think it is so very important. And so if you are here live, make sure to let me know. Let me know that you're live. If I can see the comments, yay! It's definitely different day by day. So if I can't, I will absolutely come back in here and I will interact with you as soon as this video is over and check in and answer any questions that you have. But let me know if you're here live or if you're here watching the replay, and let me know if you did our challenge for day 1. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to recap that a little bit, and then I'm going to have a second exercise for you to do tonight. Oh, yay. I can see comments today. Jill, welcome. I'm so glad you're here live. Yay. And Karen, oh my gosh, I lived in Arizona for about 6 years. Half of my family is there. So welcome from Arizona. So first I want to start out with a quote tonight. And our quote today is from Zig Ziglar, and it's that gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for what you have, the more likely you will have even more to express gratitude for. So that's why we're really focusing on this. And hey, Gisela, you're here. I'm so glad. All right. Karen did the challenge from day 1. Jill journaled her gratitude. She did the challenge from day 1. So here is the deal, everybody. Here's why we're doing that. Because it is going to help us, right? It's going to help us to be happier people. It's going to help us to deal with adversity better. It's going to help us in all of these different areas of our lives, not just in our mindset, right? When we shift our mindset to the positive, it actually affects so many other areas of your life in a good way. It has such a positive impact. And I'm going to tell you that if you participate in the challenge, now if you didn't watch yesterday yet, go back and watch yesterday's, because when you participate in the challenge, I'm actually going to do a drawing. I decided I want to give something fun away. So it'll be my Christmas present to you. And what I'm going to do is we are going to have day 2 is today. Right, so we're going to talk about today's exercise, and then tomorrow, same time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be right back here for day 3. We're going to talk about tomorrow's exercise that we're going to do to shift our mindset. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in on Wednesday and I'm going to do a drawing. And I'm going to actually do a drawing for one of 3 things. You get to choose your gift. Those are my favorite gifts, is when you get multiple choice. And so what we're going to do is you can either choose to have a one-on-one hour-long coaching session with me, or you can choose to have a hypnotherapy guided download. Okay, or you can choose my favorite book that I talked about yesterday on gratitude, which was called Thanks by Robert Emmons. Okay, so those are going to be your choices for the winner. So it's going to be from somebody who is here and did all 3 days of the challenge. So that being said, we're actually going to dive right in. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we did yesterday so that we can recap that. Let me know how that went. And in order to tell me that you did the assignment from yesterday, I want you don't have to put the elaborate part of why you're grateful for it, but put the 3 things that you're grateful for. So I want you to put that in the comments. Oh, Gisela says she has her routine. I love this. Every morning she wakes up, has a little prayer time, giving thanks and doing her affirmations. Nice. Perfect. So we're going to talk about that because today we're going to end the day. Okay, so you can flip these. You can do them whatever order you want. So great job, Gisela's already got this rocking and rolling. It just might be a slight tweak on what you're already doing. So I think that's great. So we started our day with gratitude yesterday. So that's what we decided. We're going to start off our day this morning with gratitude. And so we're going to take 15 minutes at the beginning of the day, okay, and focus on what you're grateful for and pick at least 3 items. So make sure to get in the drawing, you put what your 3 items are, okay? So what you were grateful for today. And again, that could be people, it could be relationships, it could be some circumstances, things you have, past and current events that you're really grateful for, whatever that is. But then we did a little bit of a spin on it, which was to be very, very specific and detailed, right? And to put intention and feeling behind each of those things. So when I was working with one of my private clients earlier, we do coaching and hypnotherapy with her, we were talking about this, and I was saying, okay, so don't just say, I'm grateful for my husband, right? You're grateful for your husband, but why are you grateful? Because he's been such an amazing friend, because he's been with you through good times and bad, because he's always there to support you and be helpful, because he's very kind, for example. So Jill has her 3. I love it, Jill. Thank you. So really diving in and feeling the gratitude, right? Feeling the emotion so that it doesn't become just a chore that you're doing every single day or every single week, that you really get into it. So that's what we did yesterday. Okay, and we talked about why gratitude is really important and how doing this at least just once a week makes such a huge lasting difference in your life. Okay, so now in day 2, what I want to do is we're going to end the day. So this is going to be this evening or whenever you're watching this. We're going to end your day focusing on what went well. And Gisella's got it down. So she says her prayer time and gives thanks and does her affirmations. And then she's journaling to give thanks at night. So you have to bookend this. Okay, so morning and night. So now for the evening, we're going to take another 10 or 15 minutes and find 3 things that went well today. Okay, so something you're grateful for that happened in this day. Because no matter what the day was like, there are always at least 3 things to be grateful for. And then we're going to elaborate on these too. So you're going to write these down. So Gisela, you can do this in your journal tonight. For example, we're going to write down those 3 things that went well today. And then next to each item, you're going to elaborate on it, writing more about why it happened, right? So maybe someone paid for your Starbucks when you were in line, right? We hear about that happening this time of year, especially up in the Seattle area where I am. Okay, so, right, like, why did they do it, right? Or maybe someone gave you a present. Like I was saying, my best friend gave me a gift, and it was actually something that she baked. Okay, so it was my first holiday gift that I received. It was something she baked. But why did she do it? Right? Was it because of her own positive attributes that I can be grateful for having that good friend in my life? Was there something that I put into motion that led to a good thing happening? Where did that come from? What was it? Was it good karma? Was it you doing something nice for someone else that was reciprocated? Was it that that is such an amazing, kind, generous person that you have in your life? Was it a random act of kindness and they were the kind of person who does these random things for strangers just because they can? Right? What was the motivation behind that? And really, is there something that you could do to pay that forward? So thinking about those kinds of things. So what are you thankful for that happened today? So if you have them, you can put them in here, or you can put them in here tomorrow. Whenever you do it, it will count. But I want you to find 3 things, okay? And research shows that doing this daily for a week, okay, so with this one, it's daily for a week, increases people's happiness and their gratitude. But it doesn't just happen immediately, which it does, right? It doesn't just last for a week. It doesn't even just last for a month or 3 months. It is actually shown that doing this daily for 1 week improves people's levels of happiness and gratitude for up to 6 months later. How amazing is that? Right? Just doing this every day for a week. And you're going to see the effects for half a year. So that is really going to get you into the spirit, into 2021, right? Because right now it is the 21st. So happy winter solstice, everybody. So it is the 21st. And if you do this for a week, that's until the 28th, right? It's until the 28th. That's right before New Year's. So think about how something so simple that you could do before you go to bed every single night for 1 week could positively impact you all the way through the end of June. That's how gratitude can truly change your brain, right? It's mind blowing that it can really do that. So that's what I want you to do during this challenge is continue to build these habits, right? Having that gratitude when you wake up, having that gratitude before you go to sleep. And that's really going to help to get you in that mindset shift for the holidays. I know that it's so difficult, right? This time of year sometimes it's hard for a lot of people in general. But you add in the pandemic and everything that's been happening, and it really does impact so many more people on a deeper level. And so think about what you're grateful for that happened today and what you're grateful for in your life. And if you're doing that every single day, you're feeding your soul. I always say we're mind, body, and spirit in one, right? And so you're feeding your mind, your body, and your soul by doing this. And that is going to help you to become emotionally stronger and more resilient. And it's going to help you to look for the gratitude in everything that happens on a daily basis. Remember, we talked about yesterday, look at things that happen to you as a gift from God, from the universe, from the people around you. You know, they're giving you this amazing gift. And what are you going to do with it? Well, now you can start really to think about who you can pass some of those gifts on to. You know, if someone blesses you in the Starbucks line, you know, what can you do for that neighbor who's all alone and has to social distance? You know, is there something you can drop on their porch, you know, that you're making for your family? Or can you send a little note to somebody? You know, when my husband and I lived in San Diego, he had some friends who didn't have family anywhere near us. And so we would invite them to have Thanksgiving or Christmas with us because they didn't have any family there. And I know that we can't do that in person necessarily this year. But I have some friends that we used to be dancing partners. We would all go to dance classes together. And we weren't able to do dance classes together anymore. So we actually started a book club and then we started doing it virtually. And we had a couple meetings. There were a couple times that in the middle of the summer, people could meet at a park and stay far away and bring their own little uh, blanket to sit on that was, you know, 6 feet apart and wear their masks. But of course, it's Washington in winter. And so that's not happening anymore. So it's all virtual. And there were a couple people in that group who would go to one of our friends' houses. She would always invite everyone over and have a big celebration. And sometimes I would stop by too for holidays to say hello. And they didn't have anywhere to go. And so what they did is they decided to Zoom together. You know, so maybe you have somebody that you know that you can bless them in some small, really insignificant as far as time to you way, time or money, but will be extremely significant for them and their mental health and their mental wellness. And so it's nice because when we actually are living our lives in gratitude and we're focused on all the things that we have that other people may not have, it puts us in the position to be open to helping others. You know, that gal that I told you all that I saw in the Facebook post, whose little boy, cutest little boy, was trimming the Christmas tree all by himself because the mom just wasn't into it. And she said that. She's like, I'm just not feeling it this year. He had so much joy in his face, and that tree was so beautiful. And so that's what it's all about this year, is it's looking at things from that childlike perspective of, you know what, I might not get to see my friends. I might not get to go to school. I might not get to go play. I might not even get to see my grandparents and my cousins and all of these people that I would normally get to see on the holidays. But I get to trim this beautiful tree. And how amazing is it that I get to do that? And so really look at those things that in your day you got to do, right? With those things that you are thankful that went well today, what did you get to do? Right? So not focusing on what we can't do or what we don't have, but really focusing on what we can do, what we get to do versus have to do. Like I got to do these things because I'm in this amazing, blessed, privileged place in my life. We all have something, right? We all have something. So that is what I want to challenge you to do this evening before you go to bed. And then tonight or tomorrow, I'll be back here at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern again tomorrow with a third, again, it's just super simple exercises, you guys. They're super simple, but they're so effective and they have effects that last for so long. I think they're just so important. And so we're going to have a special one tomorrow night that might be a little different than anything that you've ever done before. So I'm really excited to share this exercise with you. And in the meantime, I actually have a call in a little bit here with our gals from the Clarity Collective. So that is my group hypnotherapy program. We have our group coaching call tonight. So those of you who are on here that are in the Clarity Collective, I will be seeing you shortly. But that is my program where I have guided sessions. So I do guided hypnotherapy sessions and a group coaching call every single month around a different topic. And this month, what we focused on was setting aside all those negative feelings. You know, how to really be able to separate them out and have that reset for yourself. You know, have that perspective shift for yourself to really get them in the right frame of mind, because all of the things that have been going on can drain your motivation, right? It can keep you from wanting to do all the things that you normally do that you even still can do, because there's so many things that you can't and that are different. And so I'm going to be talking about that with them. And I'm going to be sharing some tips and some techniques and things with them as well. We'll be having a discussion around these, and then I will be back here with you all tomorrow, and we will work on day 3. And then, like I said, we're going to be doing a drawing on Wednesday. So I'll have a special day 4 bonus where we're going to be doing a drawing for everybody who participates. So make sure, right? Go back, watch yesterday if you haven't yet. That was day 1. This is day 2. Make sure you check these out. Do the homework assignments. I always hate calling them homework assignments because it sounds like school. It's not, right? It's just little things. But it's just really amazing to do these little things that don't take very long in your day, but they make such a difference. And Karen, thank you so much for posting that. I love it. And she's been elaborating. She's been gratitude journaling, but this is a little bit of a spin, right? It's a little bit of a spin. It's more intention and more direction in your gratitude journaling. So make sure you guys post your 3 things that you're grateful for from day 1. Make sure you post your 3 things that went well for day 2. And then we'll be back here tomorrow, and then everybody who participates in all 3 days will get into that drawing, and they'll get a choice, right? They'll get to choose a guided session like they have in the Clarity Collective. At this point, they have a whole vault in the Clarity Collective of, going, gosh, I started this right when the pandemic started. And so they have things in there like making decisions, what fork in the road do you go, right? If you're trying to make a decision, things to build confidence. They have sessions in there to do those mental resets and take a mental vacation if you just need a little break. We have things in there where you can deepen your spiritual connection and to be able to deepen your meditative practice. Oh my goodness, there are so many. I listed them out for someone the other day and I was like, oh my goodness, it is just a treasure chest, a treasure trove of all of these amazing things. So you will get to choose if you want to have one of those. from guided sessions. You also can choose if you want to have a 1 hour coaching call with me around any topic that you'd like, or you can choose that favorite book on gratitude called Thanks that I mentioned yesterday. So have an amazing evening. Write down all those things that you are grateful for that went well today. And then I will see you back here at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night for day 3. Thanks everyone for joining me. Take care.